You know, in a world that feels like it's pulling apart more and more every day, you have to wonder, how do we actually build a real legacy of understanding? Well, today, we're going to look at one organization that's trying to do just that. This really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Mutual respect and dignity, these aren't just nice ideas. They're absolutely essential for society to work. But with everything changing so fast, how do we actually make sure that happens?
Well, when you have a challenge this big, it takes a focused, dedicated effort to even begin to tackle it. And that's exactly where a certain organization comes into the picture. That organization is AMAAC, and that's pronounced AMAC. Their whole mission is about bridging the gap between American, Muslim, and Arab communities and, well, everyone else. And look, this goes way beyond just tolerance. We're talking about creating real connections, turning strangers into actual neighbors.
Okay, so that's a pretty ambitious goal, right? How in the world does an organization like AMAC turn that big vision into something that works in the real world? It turns out their strategy is built on 3 core pillars. So here they are. Their entire strategy rests on these 3 ideas, and you'll see how they all connect. Each one is crucial, and together they create this really powerful way to make change happen. Let's dive into the first one, defending rights.
All right, pillar number 1, defending rights. This is the foundation of everything. The focus here is making sure that justice isn't just some abstract idea for a community, but a real, accessible thing for every single person.
And this is really the bedrock. We're talking about tangible professional support. You know, things like legal help when someone faces discrimination, or fighting against unfair policies. It's about giving every person that deep emotional security that comes from knowing their rights are protected and will be defended.
So, once you've built that foundation of safety and justice, the next step is pillar 2, empowering voices. This is where things shift from defense to offense, really giving a community the tools and the confidence to take the lead in the conversation. The key idea here is that massive shift from being spoken about to speaking for themselves. This means things like training community leaders, pushing for better media representation, and making sure their voices are actually heard where decisions are made. It's about moving from the sidelines right into the center of the discussion. And finally, we get to the third pillar, which honestly ties it all together, building bridges. See, once rights are defended and voices are empowered, that's when the real work of creating dialogue and building partnerships can truly begin.
This slide just captures that transformation perfectly. It's a journey, right? Moving away from misunderstanding and all the suspicion that comes with it and toward genuine partnership. It's all about using dialogue to break down those old assumptions and build real trust. And this quote, it just brings us right back to why all this work is so important. Justice and dignity, these aren't optional extras. They are fundamental human rights. The 3 pillars we just talked about, they're really just the roadmap to making this belief a reality.
So after seeing this whole framework, it kind of leads to a big question for all of us, doesn't it? What's our role in helping build this kind of future? Because this work definitely doesn't happen on its own. It needs all of us. And here it is, the ultimate goal. At the end of the day, this is about legacy. It's about paving the way so that the next generation gets to grow up in a world that's more just, more connected, and way more inclusive. That's the future AMAC is trying to build.
Because ultimately, building bridges isn't just one organization's job, it's on all of us. So the question isn't just about what they're doing, it's about what each of us can do. So I'll leave you with this. How will you help build the bridge?